shoes, match that fake ass cold. I'm the realest bitch ever see snake ass hoes. Act up, you can get snatched up. Act up, you can get snatched up. Act up, you can get snatched up. Dirty ass dance, baby girl, you need to back up. It's your Miami and I can't run my skate up. Tired ass hoes in my page trying to track up. Brand new chain, city girls going platinum. I keep a baby girl, I ain't fighting with no random, period. You bitches weak.
All right, y'all. Welcome back to the Zen Room. Once again, I hope y'all enjoyed last week's episode. This week, I have another guest with me by the name of Janice Taylor. Janice is your favorite real estate realtor. She's also a licensed realtor, and a loan officer investor in both North and Charlotte, Carolina. So y'all give a welcome to Janice. Hi, Janice.
Hello, my dear.
How are you?
I'm fine.
So you were supposed to be on the show. Well, this is your time to be on the show, but you came early last time, correct?
Yes. Too anxious.
It's all good. So give the people a little bit a bio about yourself. Talk about yourself.
So, again, Janice Taylor. I am licensed North and South Carolina. Georgia coming soon.
Mm-hmm.
So, we're trying to take over the Southeast.
Okay.
Not too much in Florida, but maybe. I don't know.
Uh-huh.
I am a Charlotte native, and I'm all things real estate.
Yes.
I wanted to make sure I covered all aspects of it. So,
Right.
like real estate as a realtor, we're like A to Z.
Mm-hmm.
On the lending side, it's just like a different piece of the industry, and I'm excited to be here today.
I know that's right. Well, good. I'm excited to have you. Thank you for coming. How long have you been doing this?
6 years.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So in the 6 years that you've been doing this, have you seen a change? Because I know like the market has been crazy.
Yes.
So I want to touch on some topics about that because now I don't want to say it's crazy now, but I know it's different. So I purchased a home. And y'all gotta excuse my voice because I purchased a home last year and it was crazy. We thought it was crazy actually when we purchased. It was just getting crazy, I should say. And then it took off and just got like worse.
Now, when you say last year, do you, because I know we just got into 2023, do you mean 21 or 22?
22.
Okay.
It was 22, right?
You had a new build?
No.
Usually people get kind of confused when you get under contract in 1 year and close.
Yeah, well, you know why it was confusing to me? Because we were supposed to close in December of 22. Not close, excuse me. We were supposed to move in December 22. We closed in November of 22.
Oh, okay.
And we ended up not moving in until July. June. Yeah, July. It was July. Because we did a whole...
Oh, you mean, so you're supposed to close in November 21?
No.
Because 22 just passed.
It did. But it was okay, maybe it was 21. Shit, it's been a year.
You moved in July 22.
Time is flying.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, God. So, yeah. However, yes, that's how it went. It took us forever to get in there. And then, but I was just noticing because, yeah, you are right. Because then the year prior, people were like, well, January, we're holding off to buy a house because January is supposed to be, the market's supposed to crash or something like that. And it's supposed to be in the favor of buyers versus sellers. So let's speak about that.
Well, I will say that it's coming back down to a norm. Mm-hmm. I think people who purchased pre-COVID, they were like living the life for sure. And so that's why I tell people, watch what you say when you want to wait, because we can't control the market. Only the big dogs do, right? And we don't know what they got going on. Mm-hmm. So, yes, 2018, 2019, smooth. 2020, crazy. 2021, crazier. Mm-hmm. 2022, things started slowing down a lot. Mm-hmm. But that's because you see, like, the rates went way up. Mm-hmm. So they did that to kind of slow us down.
Right.
And it worked.
It worked. Because people are slowing down. Now, I even see, like, it's a big deal with rental properties, too. Like, even with people trying to, like, get an apartment to rent, to live. The rent is crazy.
It's crazy. Because they're taking advantage of it. It's like, it's just business. So that's why I say, like, when it comes to real estate, yes, it's a sentimental process, but at the end of the day, it's still business, and we still deal with money. Mm-hmm. So that's what I try to bring to my clients. Like, I get it, but also I need you to remember this is still business. This is an investment, whether it's for you or your actual business.
Okay. And what is some advice that you would give on somebody who either is trying to purchase a home or even sell a home because the seller's market was crazy. Motherfuckers was banking off of selling their homes, okay? Like, I know a couple people that literally just had that have been in their home or either never wanted to buy their, sell their house, or just bought their house, but because the flip was crazy, they was like, I don't give a fuck about none of that shit. We about to sell this house because we selling it for twice as much than what we bought it, and it only makes sense to. However, on the flip side, they had nowhere to go because the houses were crazy. So what is some of the advice that you would give somebody who either is trying to purchase a home right now or sell
one? I would say think of your goal because you're right. That's one of the big things with sellers. Everybody thinks selling is easy. It is easy to sell, but you're also now becoming a buyer, right? So you need to think of your ultimate goal. When I sell, where am I going? Is where I'm going feasible? Like, you don't want to get rid of the house just because you're getting money and then still have to spend it on a basic house. Like, you might as well stay where you are. For buyers, get your mind right because it is shifting. There are a lot more homes that's sitting longer, but you still have to be strategic and still competitive because everybody always wants the prettiest house on the block. But I try to tell buyers, have your mind together on whether or not you want to do a little bit of work or you want to be completely hands off. The people who are willing to do a little bit, find a house with a good footprint, they're enjoying it right now because sellers are willing to give credits and stuff like that. And if you got an agent like me, we're going to get that price down some more.
Right.
So those are my clients that have a lot more wiggle room and options. They're like trying to decide between 5 houses versus the ones that trying to stick to the prettiest house with the tightest budget. Because again, the rates are still up there, so your payment is going to be bigger. So I say even if rates go down, you want to be comfortable where you at right now.
Right.
Don't bank on the rates may go down. We're not going to do that.
Right.
Are you comfortable? Are you going to be
where it's
comfortable
at right
in the
now?
long time?
Yeah.
Right. So just get your mind right and talk to somebody early. Don't wait till the last minute because it's not like renting.
Right. Because once you win, you locked in.
Yeah, I mean, and it just takes time. You can close in 21 days, 30 days, but what if you don't find nothing? You don't want to wait till your lease is up. And now you're like, oh, dang, I got to go month to month. And then the rent is month to month is like always higher.
It is always higher. Or the person that actually buys, and then what about like if they're backing up? Now you got to also negotiate that because something didn't go through on their end. So now you're stuck in the house and can't like really maneuver around or whatever the case may be, because I've seen that happen a lot too.
Oh yeah, those are the unexpected things, and I try my best to prepare people for that because we see so much on TV, on social media. I'm like, stuff happens. People get to closing day and stuff happens, and you like, oh shit.
Right. So another one of my questions for you is, I noticed, and I mean, I haven't really had much thought of buying a home previous to moving here. Yeah. So, but I know a lot of people that have. When I moved to North Carolina versus from New York, I noticed that the HOAs are crazy around here. I mean, I've heard of HOAs when I was at home, but I'd never understood it as much as I do now. And it was crazy listening from how the HOAs are here than there. So a lot of people like to buy, what is it, off-land property or whatever.
No, it's just no HOA.
No HOAs or whatever. And that's cool. But then if you're doing that, you're pretty much finding yourself in a country somewhere where the land is available. So I say country because it's like no street lights.
Oh my goodness.
No people too much. Your neighbor is like a block away. I mean, I would love to have it, no HOA, just because I want to be able to do what I want to do. And my point of saying this was because some of these HOAs are crazy.
They are.
So would you rather have someone what would be the best idea for you to buy a house in an HOA that's in a community or whatever the case may be, or or no HOA, I should say. I don't know why I keep saying off-land.
Off-land, backwoods.
Right.
It's honestly, it's a hit or miss, obviously, because I work with both type of homes. I don't live in an HOA community. I don't even live in a neighborhood, but I'm still in Charlotte, and it just depends on the person.
Okay.
Some people, that's part of the initial conversation I have with my clients.
Okay.
What is your idea? Do you want an HOA or no? Sometimes they do, but they want to review the guidelines before they even get under contract, which is smart because some of them can literally tell you about your blinds.
Yes.
And you're like, okay, that's in my house.
Right. I ain't paying for this. How are you going to tell me how I can have something structured inside my home? The door has to be like coordinated with everybody else's door. In some HOAs, not all. But some of the things that I've heard and seen, I was just like, wow.
Yeah, it's bittersweet because they're also there to keep, the neighborhood uniform.
Right.
But unfortunately, once this HOA set, it's just what it is. You can't really fight them on if they don't do anything. So we do see that there's communities where you're paying somebody, but you're like, what the hell they do?
Doing, right. What is my money coming to? Because every year it's going up, but I'm not seeing anything different. We don't have pools. We don't have gyms. We don't have playgrounds. We don't have nothing. People dog shitting all over the neighborhood. There's trash left everywhere. So I do kind of understand the concept of the HOA, like you said. Read that contract first of knowing what comes with your HOA and not, because keeping it uniform and keeping it clean, having upgrades and being able to have stuff in the community, of course, that is like ideal for HOA.
Right.
But sometimes they take it too far.
But that's why you want to go to the meetings. I tell people all the time.
I've never been to a meeting.
Go to the meetings. I'm telling you. You want to know, first of all, you want to know who and where they live at. Because it's always somebody on somebody's street, like, watching. Right. But you just want to know who's in charge. What are they talking about? Because that's where they start making decisions. You don't want to be on the end and like, now we're doing this. This is an assessment we got coming, because when they make an assessment, everybody paying for it. Right. So you want to know about it, speak up, and then you can't complain. You know what I'm saying? If you know about these things, if you don't like something, other people may not like it. People can actually get rid of HOAs if everybody stick together. And,
But I feel like in certain neighborhoods, they don't want to, because they are the HOA and people want to be nosy and we want to know what's going on. So like, we were the new kids on the block. And when I tell you, we came into the neighborhood and we literally transformed the neighborhood, because we went in and got the house. We bought the house and we gutted the house out, right?
Yeah.
Gutted out. You might as well had a new build. The only thing that was left was the foundation of the home. So we transformed the homes. When I tell you, everybody was coming.
Coming to see it.
They doing their little walks. They dogs. Dog over here about to get hit by a car because they trying to figure out what we doing in the house or what construction company is here. And I'm like, come on, y'all could come in and ask questions. I don't care. I don't care.
Nice.
Yeah, I'm okay. Because at the time it wasn't nothing there. Now once I move in, y'all better keep it pushing, because I'm having everybody in my house. But we were giving out, contractors let know, like, because a lot of people were asking questions like, oh my God, who did your deck? Oh my God, who did the painting? Oh my gosh, who did this? Like, what's going on? And we were giving out the information. So then slowly but surely we started seeing people
change and stuff. That's good though.
In the house. So they said that the value of the neighborhood went up. So like, we even did the whole landscaping. Because the landscaping, I guess, the person previously who owned the house didn't really keep up with it too much. I mean, they did enough to not get cited or whatever.
Right.
But
it was just basic.
It was basic. And it's a corner house.
Ooh.
So a lot
everybody sees it.
Exactly. And it just wasn't a good look. So now when we came in and we started doing like the landscaping and we lit the house up, the house is lit up, the grass
I want to see
new.
pictures now. Look, I want to see pictures. We'll do it off camera.
I'm going to show you. Yeah, I'm going to show you. I'm going to show you. It's an amazing house. I'm very proud of it. I'm going to talk my shit because Listen, the price of that house is crazy. The stuff that went into that we put into the house was crazy, but it's comfortable for us.
I was gonna say,
and I love it. Yeah, I love it. I mean, there are some dealing with contractors. That's a whole nother entity, because that was a shit show within itself. However, nothing is perfect. You have to make it for what it is. Because at first we were like, okay, we want this, like this. And this person like, yeah, we could do that. And then it was like, okay, well, what happened? You didn't do this. And then when we moved into the house, we were seeing all the imperfections. I've never known that it would be so many imperfections in a house. So now when I go in other people's house, I'll be like,
looking at everything.
Yeah, I look at everything. Do you do that?
Because and I have to check myself. I'd be like, my aunts or anybody's house, I'm just like, what happened? And then
right. Because you see stuff that other people probably wouldn't see, or that you would never have thought to even look at before. So I had to like, okay, stop. chill, relax. Like, just be easy. Because literally, I would go to somebody's house and see like the bubble on the wall, or I'd be like, "This is shifting. This is off.
She's talking about
The foundation is settled. It's a splash over here. Here come the nail pops. Like, I'm literally detailing everything out, and nothing that I ever knew before. You know, I come from a subsidized housing. I used to live in subsidized housing, so I didn't give a fuck. Long it looked cute and it was nice. All right, I'm gonna make it do what it do. Now I'm looking like I can't even believe I lived in this type of environment before. But I mean, it make you appreciate everything and where you are and who I am today. So I am blessed for that. Thank you, the Most High, on that. But yeah,
but that's good to renovate. And that's what I tell people, when you do renovations, even if it's not to that extreme, you know what I'm saying, because maybe that's just not the structure for everybody, but you want to put your personal touch on
it and have some type of characteristics in the house. Because before we were purchasing, when we were looking, I felt like every house was looking the same, and it was just annoying because I just couldn't find one. Like when we were going to the new builds, because that was the goal at first. Let's go get a new build. We're gonna have a house build. We're gonna do it like this. That shit is a joke because they only give you a plan. Certain models. You have maybe certain what is it? What are the DH? Who is it?
Oh, DR
Horton and whoever else it is. They give you these plans and you can choose from maybe 1 to 4 different layouts, right? Depending on how many bedrooms you have. And when we purchased, it was bad because materials was short. You know, so we're like, okay, we found this 6-bedroom house. Okay, 6-bedroom, unfinished basement, unfinished attic. Okay, we can do this to it. That. And then we get to there and go, look, they're like, yeah, but that model isn't available. Why the fuck are you advertising it? Like, so then they're telling you, oh, you can only do this. You can't do that. Oh, only this color, not that. We don't have this. And I was just like, oh, gosh, no. So we strayed away from the new build. And we were like, let's go to more the already built and let's try to reconstruct it, right? And that's how we ended up reconstructing, because the old homes, they're big.
Yes, they are.
They have foundations, like they have characteristics in the house. These new builds, they don't really have too many different, it's just open. Everything is an open concept. Which is cool. If that's what you like, because I did make some of my part of my house an open concept as well. However, I just felt like there was too many stipulations when it came to that.
Yeah. You have what you did, which I have an older home too. It's a 1952, and I love it. We're doing renovations. Help me. But
pray for
so you got the renovations that you can do, or you would have to go like either semi-custom or fully custom.
Okay.
So what you went to was straight production. Inventory, this is it. This is what you get. We may let you change some colors, some, hardware, stuff like that, which it's okay for some people, but someone like yourself, like, I need more control. So people who want a little bit more control, maybe even in structure, semi-custom or fully custom.
Okay.
Those are the builders for you.
Okay. And what's the difference again?
The difference is, so with semi-custom, they'll give you a footprint, but they'll allow you to make, like, structural changes if you want to add a room, take a room away.
Okay.
Just give you more options.
Okay.
Now, the fully custom, that's you, like, getting with the architect and really making your house your house.
How you want
your
it.
Your house. That's your house.
Okay. Okay.
And it's just a different process. Obviously, the more custom it is, the more time you need to invest in it. Like, I have one going right now. It's probably going to take, like, 4 months or so just from planning. But they're going to have a house that they want.
And they'll be happy with it. Yeah, they don't have to worry about nobody trying to tell them, like, how to have it. And then they're not happy with this or they're not happy with that.
Right.
Okay. Cool. Yeah. So on the flip side, because we had a little mini conversation prior to this, we was talking about you, and I asked you, were you single or are you seeing somebody? What is it about Janice? Because I look at your page and I see like you are this realtor who have a spunk. You're not just the normal realtor who just like, dress up and just with their little pad and meeting around. Okay, we're going to go see this house. We're going to see that. No shade to any other realtors out there. Right, I'm just saying, but I see you with more spunk with your business. So give me some background with your personal and business mix. So how did you become wanting to be a licensed realtor? What is it about you or your business that made you become like this dope ass realtor? You're a dope ass realtor.
Yeah. So like I said, I'm from Charlotte. crazy as it is, I've lived in like 32 houses before I graduated high school.
Oh, wow.
So that's why I said I've been to a lot of schools, and that was between here in Queens.
Okay.
So that helped me because most of my family is from the north. That gives me, you know, the little pit bull in me.
Exactly.
But that kind of
New York, stand up.
Okay. That steered, I guess, my core personality. So I think it was just natural to want to be in real estate. Once I got older, and I'll tell you the truth, I got into real estate because I got put in Facebook jail.
Oh, wait. What happened?
I want to talk about the video. It wasn't me, but it was a funny video. But Facebook got me, so they put me in jail for like a month. And I was in college at the time, and I'm like taking some college class. I'm like, let me just go do this real estate because that's what I wanted to do, and that's how it started. So shout out to Facebook, I guess. You know.
Giving me that little push.
You know, so as far as like dating and stuff, I'm divorced. I got 2 little munchkins.
Aww.
I've been dating. You know, I'm not gonna act like I haven't, but I haven't gotten back married yet.
Okay.
And I think it has a lot to do with my personality because I am spunky, but I'm very like transparent and
you know what you want.
I'm very intuitive. Oh my gosh, it's ridiculous. So even just talking to you, you know, people's eyes, you know, eye movements and just their energy, I can pick up on a lot. So it keeps me. I be chill.
Yeah, you know how to protect yourself.
Right. And so
protect
I do
your
that with
energy.
my clients. They be talking to me. I be like, you lying. Seriously, no, I have to do them that way. I be like, okay, so that doesn't sound right. Like, you can tell me the truth. When I tell them all the time, just tell me. There's no way for me to help you.
Right.
If you don't tell me the truth.
Right.
I don't care about your bad credit. People got bad credit. It's okay.
Right. Exactly. You got to keep it real so I can help you. Help me help you. So you have to tell me what it is that you need, what's going on so I can help you with that.
Right.
So you had mentioned real estate is the same. It's pretty much like dating and real estate has the same concepts. Elaborate on that.
So I think, so I had this little mini series I was doing, like how 5 ways dating is similar to real estate.
Okay.
And one of those was just understanding that we all have options, right? We all have options, so that's why you need to figure out what your core values are. So you know you're not just out here looking at everything.
Right.
And so just like with house hunting, I'm not going to spin my wheels as an agent. No agent should show a client 30-plus houses.
Okay.
That means you're not doing something right.
Okay.
As an agent, and then as a buyer, you don't know exactly what you want.
Okay.
So we need to come back to the table and figure it out. It's the same with dating. You can't be out here speed dating, just dating everybody because you're going to get exhausted.
Right.
And that's not my testimony. It's not my testimony. Same thing with like appraisals.
Okay.
I always tell people when it comes to house hunting or house buying, you got the appraisal, so you have what I say it's worth. I'm going to pull comps and look at the stats.
Right.
Then you got what the appraiser says it's worth. That's the person who's hired to do that. And then you have the buyers. Their value, opinion of value may be different than both of ours.
Right.
Me and the appraiser. So it's the same with like dating. I could be somebody's gem or somebody's trash. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
It just depends on who you talking to, who you dating. So I take all that and I just be chilling.
And you
know
analyze
what I'm
it
saying?
in your dating
analyzing. I'm such an analytical person. It's bittersweet.
So as far as dating, because I've been out the game for a while. And from what I've been hearing out in these streets, I'm pretty lucky to be out the game. Listen. So how long have you been divorced, if you don't mind me asking? How long has it been, should I say?
I got divorced 2014.
Okay. So dating, you started back dating after 2014, right? And how long were you married for?
Like 7 years.
Okay. So do you see the difference in dating from before you were married and then till now? Because now you're single again, so you can kind of like compare the two. Because I hear it's a shit show.
I'm going to be honest. No. But also I got married young. But even now, like just in watching people date, because I'm not like actively dating.
Right.
So I have talked to someone for a while after I got divorced, but I don't have a bad dating experience. Let me say that. And that's just because of who I am.
Okay.
I think when I see people say that the dating pool sucks, there's no accountability there. I'm going to be honest.
Okay.
Because you got to take accountability for what you're entertaining.
Mm-hmm.
And when I recognize certain things, I will pull back, ask questions, and if it ain't right, it's not right. It's cool. But people like hold on to stuff. They don't want to like lose and let go. I don't have that problem. Shout out to my mom for all the moving, I'm assuming. You know what I mean? Because I'm used to being in any environment and moving where I need to move. So I appreciate people, but I'm also not going to let you deplete me.
Okay.
So I can be like, I gave you, 10 years. Like, I walked away from my divorce. I didn't want to get divorced, but we're good. We co-parent well.
That's
I don't
good.
have no negative, anything to say about him. I'm happy. I don't feel like I wasted 7 years.
You don't?
Mm-mm.
That's good.
People ask me all the time, are you going to marry again?
So you want to be married again? Okay, that's good. You still have hope.
I do.
Good. Because I'm telling you, I hear horror stories, man. You the first person that I've talked to that's single that has not given me a horror story about
Really?
dating right now.
Now, I'm not going to say people ain't crazy because they are, but I don't absorb that.
But even like as with me, when people come and approach me, so those that don't know I'm in a relationship or not, I'm outside sometimes. I'm hanging out, so they don't know. And it's the approach for me. And I'm like, I know you're not serious. So
They say, but you know what, as women, and this is something I hate, as women with figures, people act like they ain't got no sense. It's almost like our shapes determine their initial approach. It's kind of weird, and I hope you understand what I'm saying. You're like, you don't even know me, you know? But again, I think I've just blocked all of it out. I just like, he wild.
that's true too, but it just be the audacity for me, because I'm looking at you like, why would you even come up to me and even think that I'm going to even give you any type of time of day? And I'm not a mean person.
Do you say that to them?
No, I'm not a mean person. No, I'm not going to say that. I'm not going to say that.
You have to, because if you don't, he's going to keep doing it.
To somebody.
That's what I'm saying, though.
I give off an aura to where he know not to come back to me again now. Don't fuck around with the fuck around.
Yeah.
But I'm just not going to be, unless he get out of line. Now, he get out of line, I'm going to talk my shit and shoot him down. But for the most part, a lot of people could tell my demeanor a little bit. I guess because of the way I carry myself. I'm not sure. I don't know what it is. But I'm going to be nice and friendly. Like, hey, okay. Depending on the approach. That's how I'm going to say. It depends, because every situation is different. Because you can have somebody that's genuinely trying to give you a compliment and big you up or whatever the case may be and keep it moving. Yeah, if you give them the time of day, I'm quite sure they would try to move forward. But if you don't, they know how to keep it moving.
Right.
You get what I'm saying? So those people, I'm not going to just be like, I'm not going to do that to somebody.
Common decency.
Yeah, because at the end of the day, okay, he may not be nowhere near my level, or maybe he is, I don't know, and I'm not even trying to give that much time to even figure it out. But it was a compliment at that point in time, and I took it, and I kept it going. However, there are some men out here that just thirsty. Okay? They always talk about women and I'm not a man basher. I'm not at all. But there are some niggas that's out here thirsty, okay? And when them thirsty niggas come around, I can't stand them. Because I just be like, it's the audacity. Like, I gotta go back to that audacity part. Like, why?
I don't know where
And
that comes
then
from.
I blame females too, but some females too, because they give them same niggas the reason to have that audacity.
Right.
Do you understand what I'm
true.
saying?
It
Like,
is.
and I'm like, if women, I should say, like you said, come out and say how you feel to the man. I get what you're saying when it comes to that, but if he's not coming out of me in a type of disrespect form or something, I'm not gonna come out and be
right.
I'm just, like I said, I'm gonna take the compliment and keep it pushing. But there are some women that's out there that really just do anything with anybody and however. And I feel like sometimes that give the men the reason to even be that way. You get what I'm saying? Because they feel like, oh, she did it. Oh, well, she did it. Oh, why are you not doing it either? And it's not even and it could be, we could talk from a bum ass nigga to a nigga with a bag, right? And there's some niggas with bags that feel like they can do and say whatever they want to any female because some of these bitches that's what they all about, like they want that money, they want that bag, right? And so then he'll take a person that maybe he might think, because a lot of people tell me like I give them a stripper vibe persona sometimes, like depending on, because of my shape or whatever. So if I'm in the leggings and a t-shirt, summertime shorts or some sneakers or something like that, and I'm running in, going somewhere, I've gotten that what is it? I've gotten that from people who think that I'm probably a stripper or a dancer or a bottle girl or something like that. I'm like, no, like, not everybody with a shape is a stripper or or a bottle girl or fucking for money. Like, you know what I'm saying? So let's try to end that whole persona right now in 2023. Like, not everybody. And I know I'm jumping from one subject to another, but that just it kind of triggered me, because me, my sisters, and two of my cousins, we were all out at the mall. This was Thanksgiving time. And we went shopping. It was Black Friday or whatever. And we shopping. We was out in South Park, so we got our bags. Just blew a bag, right? And we come out, and the valet lady was like, "Oh, y'all getting ready for tonight, huh? Y'all get ready to get y'all money tonight or something."
What?
She said, "Right."
What?
And I didn't hear it. I didn't hear it, right? I walked into the conversation because me and my sister was having a conversation. So now I see my other sister and my cousin, they like riling up like, "Bitch, fuck you."
Yeah.
This and that. And she was like, "Oh, I thought y'all was some strippers out here." Or this and that. Mind you, we got on jeans, sneakers, coats, because it was cold outside, like, and just chilling. Because we got bags, she pull up, we got nice cars, jewelry, whatever the case. But I don't know what.
That's wild.
What
from
even
a lady.
From a female, and then she felt dumb when they were like, because my sister was like, "These is business owners. Like, they have their own business. They got homes, families. Like, what the fuck is you talking about? Strippers." So that kind of triggered me, because I'm just like, damn, bitch. Like,
right, you can't even just live life.
Yeah, and I'm like, and you out here parking cars, and you you parking cars, and you want to label me as a stripper because I'm doing this. Like, really? But
I don't know what that is. Like, I noticed that a long time ago. And it's just like, even not even with just men culturally, everything we do is like sexual. Something's negative about it if we got a shape. I'm like, that's why you got to be solid in yourself, because
yes, you do.
No matter what we put on, somebody's going to think something.
Some type of way, whatever it is, whether it's a male or female, or whether I don't know. I could go so many different topics with this right now. My mind is spinning as I'm talking right now, because I'm just...
You live it every day.
Every day, and it's always something. And I just feel like us as women, like you said, be real with yourself and feel good about yourself. And that way you don't have to worry about if a person does make that comment. You can check them quickly, because, of course, you're just not going to let anybody say or say anything to you any type of way. I feel like you always have to have that respect for yourself. But I just want us women to start being more solid with ourselves, with each other, so we can let these niggas know, like, no, this is not, I'm not accepting that. I don't care if you have money. I don't care if you out here in these streets doing X, Y, and Z or whatever. This is I'm not that. This is what I want, and this is how it is. You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, this could be a whole nother topic.
It is really, but I think that just goes back to what I was saying about, even if you're not being rude about it, talking to the fellas. Because I do all the time, like, where I'm at, if I'm going to, the hood store, they always going to show up and come and talk to you. They don't care who you are.
Right.
They're going to show you some love.
Yes.
So just letting them know, like, okay, I get it, but that was rude as hell. You know what I'm saying? Because,
like, don't come at me like that.
Right. You can't. My biggest issue is where people assume a person knows better. We like to think they do, right? But like you said, if people have been entertaining it, to them it's cool. But maybe that day where you said that was actually disrespectful because of this, they may not take it and run with it that day, but it's implanted, right?
Right. It's a seed back there.
So I take that with dating too. Don't be assuming. That's why I'm gonna say this. It was way off topic, but I hate when people be like, "The right person will know how to love you." I hate that saying. I hate it. It's just like real estate. Like, you know, I tell people the right house will, you know, you'll get the right house for you, but you still got to do some work.
Right, right, right.
But it's just because I was like super like masculine just from my upbringing. And when I really started to be intentionally dating, people were like, why you that way? And it wasn't intentional. It's just like, that's just who I am. You should know how to do this because you're a lady. You should this and you should that. I'm like, you can say that 500 times. I don't know what you're talking about.
Right, right.
You know what I'm saying? So you have to assume people don't know. Now, once I tell you and you still cut up, okay.
Right.
I at least feel better about it.
Right.
That's why I don't have like regrets because I'm going to speak on it. And then from there, if you don't take my advice or, you know, whatever I'm saying, I'm cool.
Do you feel like men are intimidated by you?
No.
No?
Mm-mm.
Okay.
At least not now anyways. Blessings to my ex-husband. But I know I was wild, you know what I'm saying? But after that, I just started really being intentional, getting into like actual femininity coaching and spirituality, just shifting my mind frame because I am a very logical person. So it just depends on who was saying what they were saying and how they said it to me. So I'd be like, that makes sense because I think as women, we can be like bomb business people, but suck at dating.
Yeah.
Because a lot about being a boss is masculine.
Yes.
But we don't notice it.
Yes.
It is about being masculine to be a boss. So it's like figuring out how to
juggle the two.
both sides. And it's really hard, especially if your partner isn't helping. Because we have to be challenged to make this stuff, you know, implemented. So I don't think they're intimidated now.
Okay.
Because I communicate and I guess I could be intimidated of somebody who's not ready to talk their truth.
Okay.
Because I'm like, yeah, no.
Not hearing that.
This is what you had said, but this is what you had did. Yeah.
It's not adding up. And you hit a point when you said that being a boss, trying to be a boss and then be in a relationship or a woman or whatever is hard to juggle the two. Because I feel like I used to be really I don't like to say soft or hard, but I was really quiet a little bit when it come to in my relationships or not even relationships, just a person in whole when it was come to speaking how I felt, right? And a lot of that was because I don't like to intentionally hurt people's feelings, and especially if they didn't do anything to me, right? So I will always like hold that within myself. Like, if I felt a certain way about somebody, I will kind of hold it or try to eat it first, and then it just builds up, but then I'm explode. And I know that was not healthy, right? And so then moving forward, and this was back before I was a businesswoman, before I had my own business and moved the way I move now. Now that I am a business owner, and it scared me, okay? Because I was like, these people are going to run over me. Like, this is what I'm thinking to myself. Having my own business, like, I'm too nice. I can't let nobody just do me any kind of way. But what if this person don't come for the appointment or this person don't pay? Or, you know, and how am I going to handle the situation without either going over the top, because I know that I always could go over the top, or being at this level and let this pass, or just being in the middle and trying to set those guidelines and be like, all right, this is what I'm going to tolerate and this is what I'm not going to tolerate. And it was a trial and error for a while, right? And then after doing this for so long, I've come across so many different type of clients, so many different type of people. So I had to weed out those ones that want to play with you, because not all money is good money. And I'm not going to mess up my business because of your behavior.
Right.
You know, so now I'm going to cut you off completely, because I can't afford to lose my business and for you to take me out of character. Now my name is bad, you know? So I had to like kind of like learn how to balance that, right? So with that being said, my husband be like, oh, you gotta, you know, he always was my backbone with making me stand up for myself and speak for myself, right? So moving forward, that helped me. Shout out to him.
Okay.
Moving forward, that helped me with my business and making my business stand strong as it is, and me as a person, because I think that is intertwined, right? So I
would have never thought that you were like, oh, people gonna run over me.
That's my mind of thinking, and you'll never know that unless I say it, because I'm not gonna ever show that face, you know. But I'm feeling that way, and then I feel bad at home or later
Yeah.
on. Like, oh my God, I just told her she can't come because she was 20 minutes late. She's not going to want to come back.
What's that? Boundaries.
Right. But that's how I would feel. But I had to learn to be stern with that. Like, no, you can't play with my money. So then that whole trend, after doing that, and I'm noticing like, oh, okay, this is how you do it. And I'm still being professional. I'm still, you know, myself. I'm not feeling bad, but yet I'm not feeling like I'm doing too much, you
Right.
know. So I just learned how to balance that out.
Find some balance.
So now I'm like, y'all not about to play with my business. This is what it is. You don't come, you here not a certain time, this is how it's gonna be, and I'm just sorry. Don't call me, text me, asking me, can you do X, Y, and Z, because the answer is no. My apologies for whatever was ever going on. I understand. Life be lifing.
Right, right.
However, this is what paid my bills. And if you continue to do a no call, no show or continue to be late, I'm not going to be able to continue to stay open. You get what I'm saying? So I had to like draw that border. So going back with that boss person and then at home, my husband started seeing changes in me. Like, bitch, sit your ass down. You doing too much.
All right, turn it off. Turn it off.
Turn it off a little bit. But no, I did learn how to balance that though. Like, okay, this is home. This is business. This is work business. So
That's good.
But it is a hard balance though. It is. But that also taught me not to let people run over me. And I've learned how to say no and mean no. You get what I'm saying? Because that was hard for me of saying no and then actually meaning
Following
no
through with
without feeling bad or you know, like you said, following through with it. So that boss, being that boss that's what it is. Being a boss is what it is.
That was always my struggle with dating because that's logic, right? Business is logic. It's simple. And I'm a math person. I love math because 1 + 1 = 2, right?
Right.
Literature. Oh, your thoughts and everything.
Mm-hmm. True.
So with business, it is what it is. If you have a shitty business partner, either you get training, you figure it out, or I'm going to have to move on, let you go.
Right.
Relationships, either you get therapy, we get therapy, or we're going to have to split up.
Mm-hmm.
That's my simplicity. That's how simple I am.
Mm-hmm.
But a lot of people don't look at it that way because it's more emotional in the relationship space.
Mm-hmm.
And that was my struggle because I'm so logical and analytical. It doesn't work in the feminine energy, right? Because it's just not what that is. Sometimes things won't make sense.
Mm-hmm.
And that's just what it is. I'm like, that's wow.
Right. But if you have that, if you have your partner that's strong and gonna back you into what you're doing, it kind of makes it a little bit easier.
It's easier. Mm-hmm,
you know what I'm saying?
sure.
Because, you know, he's a boss. He's always been a boss. He was a boss before I was a boss. And he used to always tell me, like, you need to, like, do something.
Mm-hmm.
Like, do something. You out here working so hard and you're giving your all. And then you're coming home and you're miserable, you're mad, you're angry, and you're taking it out on us. Like, we seeing it, we feeling that. So you need to find something.
You said it, though. It's definitely the partner because it didn't click for me until I was dating someone, like, intentionally. And he was like, yo, you wow. You a handful. He started saying certain words, and I was like, is that me? Let me Google. That is me. Hold on. Let me talk to my therapist about this. So what you think about this? And so it's definitely a partner thing because if your partner don't really care, you can do whatever the hell you want to do.
Whatever you want to do. And you don't know that you're doing. Yeah, you don't even know that you're doing something that somebody possibly may not like. So how are you going to fix something that you don't know broken? Or, you know what I'm saying? So, yeah, you definitely have to have that partner being there to be your backbone, being there to help you structure and criticize you.
Tell you the stuff you don't want to hear because I just like, that ain't true. Okay, yeah, it is. I see what you was saying.
Right, and at the same time, you have to be able to be receptive to that as well because a lot of people cannot accept criticism.
Right.
Whether it's constructive criticism or if it's somebody that's trying to put you down. You just have to be able to listen.
Right,
and
it's discernment. Like, is this person telling me something that's genuine. You take everything and you filter it out, right? That's the discernment we have. And then, okay, let me look further into this. And that's why I tell everybody, please get in therapy, because I like them, because they're coming from an unbiased place. We all feel different, but our minds kind of work similar. And so I roll that into real estate. It's crazy. We like little therapists, even as a realtor, because even in the same conversation we're having here, I have to have that with my clients about houses, their expectations, their startup here. And I'm like, but is that realistic?
Right.
We literally got to peel back the layers with clients.
I'm sure.
It's all the same.
Because you're going to get some clients that's like, I want this 8-bedroom house, 5 baths, pool, jacuzzi. It need to have a guest room, and it's a $5 million home, and they got a $1,000 budget, or you know what I'm saying? They only $100,000 house budget, and it's like, ma'am, how you want me to get you here, and you telling me that you want all this, but yet you're not pushing out that. So you gotta
where you at.
You gotta keep it real with me so I can know where. And that's why you were saying, like, lay stuff on the table. Tell me everything, so that way I could tell you, okay, you can have this, but you might have to eliminate this. You get what I'm saying?
Right. And what that sound like? Dating. Everybody wants something. You'd be like, one of the realest things I heard was, "Are you even ready for that?" You be like, "Dang, am I? Am I ready for that guy?" A lot of times you're not. So that's the same energy and conversation. Okay, this is what you want, but what you doing to get to that?
Yeah.
You can get $1 million house, but what are you doing?
Right.
You need more income? Like, something has to change. You can't be doing the same thing
and
want different. So I love it. That's why, as far as real estate and being a realtor and a lender, I love real estate more.
Okay.
It's just different. Like, you get to be in front of people and meet so many different people.
So doing the two, you like being a realtor more than being the lender. So how? I don't have much background in that, so I didn't know that you can do both.
Oh yeah, you can.
I mean, I'm sure you can, but
you can be a realtor and a loan officer depending on what state you're in. Let me say that.
Okay.
You always want to check with the powers that be, but you can. I personally don't work any of my own deals. I have a team, so like right now, I'm a loan officer partner because I'm not physically doing the work.
Okay.
I still have my license, but it's just different. It's like more paperwork. It's numbers. Again, I still like numbers, but I also I'm like an introverted extrovert. I can talk.
You like to interact.
I can talk in front of a whole stadium and be cool, but I also be at home by myself forever. Because I think that comes from my childhood.
But that's your decompression. You're out
chilling
with people all day long. So when you come home, you want to be home and don't have to. You could take that mask off.
Yeah, I be there all day chilling. They be like, "You don't come out." You be like, "Denise, you want to?" We all going. But then you like, "Oh, she popped out."
So with your real estate and then the lender, right? What are your future goals? Like, what is there anything more you want to do, or?
Yeah, for sure. This year, I said I want to focus more on building the investment portfolio because that's personal.
Okay.
I spend most of these years just working with clients, getting them to do their thing. But I'm like, real estate is like endless. You know, there's so much you can do. I want to make sure my own portfolio. You can, I have land that I have not touched. I mean, it's at least been like 2 years.
Okay.
And I put it up for sale, but I'm like, do I want to keep it? I don't know yet. So I'm probably going to develop that. Getting with other people to get into these multi-properties for freaking ridiculous amount of money, low amount of money. Everything. I mean, it's just so much.
Okay.
I don't necessarily want to be a landlord. I don't think.
Okay.
That's not my testimony right now. I see a lot. I get it, but I don't think that's just it. But definitely land development, silent investing.
Okay.
Just making my money move.
Silent investing.
You basically, if you wanted to do a project, I will give you some of the
to invest.
For
you the funder. Okay, I get it.
Because they say worst place to have your money is just sitting in the bank.
No, that is true. And you always want to make money while you're sleeping.
Right. That's
like
my
I
goal.
want my money to make money. Like that's how I am. I want my money to make money. I want to be in the bed and knowing that at night I'm laying down, even though I'm not in nobody's office or in here doing something, I'm still making money. So even being in the Zen Room, I'm laying down and I wake up in the morning and I got all these
Yeah.
appointments like, oh, I made this amount of money while I was asleep. That's what I'm talking about. When that phone stopped clicking, I'm going to start getting a little bit nervous.
That's just it. So when I tell my clients, even if you're buying a house for yourself, you want to still think in an investment mind frame because you never know what you want to do. You may decide you want to move to Cali in a year for some crazy reason. Something may happen. So you want to make sure you have your house taken care of. Please keep up with your house.
Yes.
Always look at your house as an investment.
Okay.
Regardless.
You said something about not wanting to be a landlord, and it brought a light bulb to me. So I know the market has been changing too when it comes to renting properties or being investment properties or doing Airbnbs. So do you feel like Airbnbs are taking over a lot of the rental properties versus how it used to be? Because, you know, a lot of people, when they thought about Airbnbs, it was like when we go out of town and you get an Airbnb. But now, like, people are having these turning homes into Airbnbs, and people are like partying for the weekend and they're living locally.
Right.
But the turnaround of the money, the income is quicker than it is having a leasing.
A long time. It is. That's why when I said I didn't want to be, it was like, because I'm looking at that part of it. I don't probably for sure will have like a long term because it is drawn out. But yeah, Airbnbs are definitely the move, and I think they will continue to be. I know like more cities are cracking down on them, trying to get like zoning regulations and stuff like that.
Really?
You know, you can't have something good for too long. They're gonna come find you.
I didn't know that.
They try to say even now, like some of the housing that we see in the covenants. Because let me say this. Even if a neighborhood doesn't have an HOA, you still could have covenants. So that just means there's something recorded with the county that says you can do X, Y, and Z with your land. And it's going to run with the land for as long as it's there unless somebody gets it taken off. So a lot of those are saying you can't have short-term rentals.
Oh.
So that's why as an agent, we have to find out what's this person's goal. Because let's say that was your goal. And then you come to find out, like, I can't rent this out. It's a problem.
Oh.
So a lot of people are doing that to slow down the investors.
Because they making too much money.
They're making too much money. It's messing up the housing. You know, I get houses.
The housing market.
An investor buy it, turn around and resell it.
Yeah.
Trying to make crazy money. That's what was happening in 2020.
Yes.
The investors would get it and then turn right back around and sell it for $70,000
No,
more the
seriously.
next 2 weeks.
Because
I'm like, yo.
even like Indeed and what's the other, Zillow and stuff like that, they were buying up all the homes. And then they were flipping them and selling them on their own. Like they were making money. And all they would do is go in there and throw some fresh paint, maybe a carpet.
Right. You are absolutely right. It was the carpet and the paint. And I'm going to tell you, I'm not going to say their name, but there was one company I know they couldn't stand me because part of our job is to check the history, figure out what this house is really worth. Just because you bought it, let's say 2 weeks ago for $300, now you're trying to sell it for $400. That don't mean that it's going to be sold for $400.
Right.
I'm like, I get that you bought it and you're trying to turn a flip, but it's not worth it.
Okay.
Because I still got to then get an appraisal.
Get an appraisal.
So they hated me because
you that realtor that's going to
you have to be. Yeah. And some agents don't do that because obviously the commission on
they just want to get their money
and $400 is different. So that's why I pick a good agent. That's all I can say.
Yeah. And so as finding a good agent, what would you tell a person, give advice to look for in a good agent, whether it's private or
like I would say commercial
property or a home? Yes.
Your residential. First of all, you have to like vibe with that person because we're going from A to Z with you. If you can't trust what I say, you're gonna have a bad experience.
Okay.
Because it's gonna be 10 o'clock at night. You're gonna be thinking about something. You're like, oh snap, I don't know about this. Let me send a text. If you can't trust that person, you're going to end up on Facebook or something getting advice from Lord knows who. You know what I'm saying? So make sure y'all vibe together. Make sure you feel like you can trust what they say. Check their experience. If they're new, that's fine. What's their team like?
Okay.
Because if they're going to be new, at least they should have a team. Like we got a big team between North, South, and Georgia. So vibe, experience. Ask them questions about how they get deals done because we go to school, but school teaches us how to stay out of real estate jail. That's it.
Yeah.
The real stuff comes from real life experiences.
Experiences.
And you got to be a strategic person, think out the box, because I can tell you, dealing with other agents, I'd be like, what the hell? How you got a job? Who let you on their firm? Because, Lord, people are, you think, oh, this is the agent, No, people are, agents be interested.
Well, because they want money.
They just want money.
And that's it. They don't care what the house is about, because once you win it and they sign that contract, get assigned, everything get approved, they got their money and they gone, right?
Right. So you some people, I don't even offer them to come to our firm because it's a liability, honestly. Mm-hmm. It's a big thing. So you got to have some type of common sense. And I'm like, I got a little team coming up for 2023. I'm like, you can't be on my team if you ain't up here.
Right, right.
Because I'm going to be like, what was you thinking?
Right.
You're not about to have that on me.
No, because it's going to make you look bad, and you carry yourself a certain way. So you want to make sure that whoever else you bring on your team is going to do such.
Right.
Because you don't know what's going to happen when you're not around, how that person is when you're not present with that person.
Right. You got to think for other people. All the time I'm thinking for other people, including some of my loan officers. I have to, well, they didn't say anything about this. I have to think for everybody in the transaction because I'm the only one person that deals with every piece of the transaction. The inspector don't know nothing about lending.
Right.
The lender don't know about the inspector. The inspector don't know about the appraiser. Like, I'm the only person that literally sees everything.
Yeah, you're that centerpiece.
I'm the nucleus, so I got to think for everybody. And it's a big deal, and people just get into it thinking it's just about cashing a check. That 30-day closing can turn into a 60-day, a 90-day closing, and you're like, damn.
Then you sitting here waiting like,
I thought I was going to get paid next month. That's what happened my first year. So I tell people, don't count your money before you get it.
Definitely. That's with anything,
Period.
Especially being a business owner. Because, honey, you don't know what's going to happen.
Especially for you, like, you got appointments and something may happen and
listen,
the money gone.
December was a scary month for me. I'm not going to lie. I was thinking about, I don't know. It was scary. But I knew it was going to turn around. So I was just like, whatever.
Preparing yourself.
Exactly. And I had prepared myself prior to because I experienced it my first year in business. And I wasn't prepared for that.
Oh, me either,
that money was coming in like this, and as fast as it was coming in, it was going out. And when that holiday month started rolling around, I was looking stupid, like, dang, do I need to go get another job?
You watched them accounts.
Oh, God,
like,
what's going on? Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
so I prepared myself the following year, like, listen, I'm going to set this aside because I know that this is going to be some slow months, and I like to spend money. So let me relax. Let me chill out a little bit. But so I thank you so much for coming to the show and giving us your experiences and knowledge on, the real estate world or whatever else have you. I want you to give the people your handle so they know where to find you at, how to find you, and, get it out there.
So real estate, my handle across the board is Real Estate and Vibes. So Real Estate and Vibes. That's Instagram. You can look it up on Facebook, I'm pretty sure that way. And TikTok. I don't have Twitter, but you can find me there.
Okay, Real Estate and Vibes. Janice Taylor.
Yes.
Thank you so much
You're
for
so
coming
welcome.
out. I appreciate you.
Fake ass clothes, fake ass shoes, match that fake ass pole. I'm the realest bitch ever see snake ass hoes. Act up, you can get snatched up. Act up, you can get snatched up. Act up, you can get snatched up. Dirty ass dance, baby girl, you need to back up. It's your Miami and I can't run my skate up. Tired ass hoes in my page tryna track up. Brand new chain, city girls going platinum. I keep a baby clock, I ain't fighting with no random period. You bitches.
Thank y'all so much for tuning in. Another episode of the Zen Room. Make sure y'all hit me up, The Zen Room on Instagram, The Zen Room on TikTok, and The Zen Room on YouTube. Every Thursdays drops at 7.